Greetings and welcome back again to Educational TV News Channel, and this is the People's Channel. Bigga Crime, one of St. Thomas' most ruthless criminal, who is fingered in 5 murders, searching residents' phone. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers, and if you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, and share, hit the notification bell. And as usual, people will ask you one favor, please like up the video, deeply appreciate. Now, people, this is a very serious thing we'll talk about right now. And before we get into the story, people, hear this. Again, you'll say that the gangsters them in Jamaica is a force. So we call them Gangster Force. And we have 3 forces in Jamaica. The police force, the JAMAICA force, and the Gangster Force. And it seems to me like the police force and the JAMAICA force, which is more equipped, cannot topple the Gangster Force. And we have to scratch our head, people. Because the Gangster Force people rule with iron fists, carry out orders that residents have to comply with. And if you don't, you know what's going to happen, people. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the Gangster Force in Jamaica, people, is because we say, just since last week, we see a man in a St. Catherine, Nagozel, where the gangster them tell him, say, to take down him surveillance camera from half of him house. And he refuse. And in a midday, them cut him down, people. Because him refuse to take off him surveillance camera off him house. And now we see where Bigga Crime in a St. Thomas, one of St. Thomas' most notorious hitman, who linked to 5 murders, is searching people's phone to see who them talk to. And this is the reason why Jamaica is like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it might drive fear in the people them in a St. Thomas, out of Bull Bay, 11 mile. So that's the people. So that's why I would say the gangsters them in Jamaica is a gangster force. Because them rule with iron fists. And you have to comply. And if you don't, your life is in danger. Now we'll get into the story, people. And the headline say, thug searching residents' phones. A man known as Bigga Crime, one of St. Thomas' most ruthless criminal, is currently driving fear in the hearts of residents in 11 Mile Bull Bay by randomly searching their cell phone to see who they are communicating with. His tactics, according to the head of the St. Thomas Police Superintendent Alison Byfield, has allowed him to continuously elude the police, who are finding it difficult to bring peace and order to the crime-torn community. And this explains them just the people. The gangsters are a force for reckon with. And them are outdo the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the JAMAICA Force. And both of these forces are more equipped more than the Gangster Force. You know what I'm saying, people? This is a serious time in a Jamaica. Byfield told the Star that the suspect has been linked to 5 murders and numerous shootings in the area since October. The truth is that he drives so much fear in the person there by the manner in which he operates. Force. Operate with a force. Our information is that he searches person's phones from time to time. He would just pop up and take your phone to see who you are communicating with. And if you are communicating anything about him, said Byfield, we have a wanted man operating in the space as well, and we are trying to apprehend him. Our information is that he doesn't reside in the space anymore, but what he does is come into the area to carry out his acts as well as to terrorize the residents. We were in the space on Sunday carrying out a cardinal search operation, and he is linked to most of the crime committed in the area. Now, people, exactly what I say, the Gangster Force outsmart the police force and the JDA force, and they're more equipped. So I say, people, the violence has left residents cowering in fear, and Byfield said that one of the difficulties our officers face is getting residents to cooperate with the police. Exactly, people, because the Gangster Force operate with a force. You see me, I say, people, because them bring fear in the community. You know what I'm saying, people? The residents are not really talking much. You go through the area, they welcome our presence, but they are not giving us information on how to locate him. Once we take him out of the space, I believe we will see a reduction in crime and violence in the area. We are working with our Jamaica Defense Force partners in getting this done, she said. So exactly what I tell people, we have 3 forces in Jamaica: the Gangster Force, the JCA Force, and the JDA Force. And the Gangster Force are outsmart both forces, people. And as I said again, they are more equipped than the Gangster Force. And them outsmart them people at all time. Because we see them have SOE many times. You know, I say people on curfew, and the Gangster Force still a lick down people left, right, and center around them in the area where them have SOE. You know, I say people, and that for sure you say Jamaica not tan good. So I say people, because this is very, very serious. If you say a gangster does a walk around and I check resident cell phone to see who them I talk to. You know what I'm saying? This is where Jamaica reach. I'm going to tell you, just the other day, people, a man in a Nagozed, St. Catherine, gangster tell him to take down him surveillance camera, him refuse. Then put him out in a broad daylight. Gangster Force. You know what I'm saying? And if you hear where the inspector, Allison, I said up at St. Thomas, make the point that it's a gangster force. It is a gangster force. So I say, people, this is sad. Please leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. One aim, one God, one destiny, Walk good, talk good, live good. Blessings.